Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when you must step back and truly observe the people around you. Not with blind loyalty, not with wishful thinking, but with absolute clarity. Because not everyone who stands beside you is standing for you. Some people walk into your life with words of honey, but hearts of stone. They smile in your face, yet drain your energy. They promise loyalty, but disappear when you need them most. And the mistake we make, we excuse them. We justify their actions. We convince ourselves that they must care, because the alternative is too painful to accept. Energy is contagious. Every person you allow into your life brings their own frequency, their own mindset, their own presence, and whether you realize it or not, their energy influences yours. Spend enough time around people who are constantly negative, always complaining, doubting every possibility, and soon enough, you'll feel that weight pressing on you. You'll start to see obstacles where there was opportunities. You'll hesitate when you used to move forward with confidence. And worst of all, you may not even realize it's happening. Some people carry storms within them. They walk into a room and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. Their presence alone brings a heaviness that lingers long after they've left. You try to be kind, you try to help, but no matter what you do, they remain locked in their own cycle of negativity. These are the people who drain you, who cloud your vision, who slowly chip away at your optimism. Not because they intend to, but because it is all they know. And then there are those who bring light, the ones who walk into your life and make everything feel possible. They challenge you, inspire you, push you toward growth. Their words don't tear you down, they lift you. Their presence doesn't exhaust you, it energizes you. These are the people who, after spending time with them, leave you feeling lighter, stronger, more certain of yourself. So the question is, who are you allowing to influence your energy? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because whether you accept it or not, their mindset will seep into yours. Their fears, their doubts, their attitudes, these things are contagious. If you spend enough time around someone who sees life as a constant battle, you will begin to fight wars that were never yours to begin with. This is not about cutting people off carelessly, but about being aware, being intentional. If someone's energy constantly drains you, if their presence leaves you feeling depleted rather than inspired, it is your responsibility to protect yourself. You are not obligated to carry the weight of someone else's negativity, nor are you responsible for saving those who refuse to save themselves. Your energy is your power. It shapes your days, your choices, your future, and if you do not guard it carefully, you will find yourself living a life that is not your own, dictated by the fears and doubts of those who never dared to dream. So be mindful, choose wisely, surround yourself with those who add to your life, not those who subtract from it. Because the truth is, the people you spend the most time with will either push you forward or pull you back. And at the end of the day, the direction you go in is entirely up to you. Manipulation often wears the mask of care. It doesn't come with a warning sign or an obvious declaration. Instead, it appears in subtle gestures, carefully chosen words, and actions designed to create an illusion of concern. The most dangerous form of manipulation is not the kind that is aggressive or obvious, but the kind that makes you second-guess your own instincts. The kind that makes you feel guilty for wanting more. The kind that convinces you that love, friendship, or loyalty must always come with conditions. There are people who will only show up when they need something. They will shower you with affection when they require your support, but the moment you need them, they become distant, unavailable, indifferent. They appear warm, caring, even selfless, but only when it serves them, And because they occasionally give just enough, you convince yourself that their intentions are genuine. You tell yourself that maybe they are just busy. Maybe they are struggling with their own problems. Maybe they do care, just in their own way. But ask yourself this: if someone truly values you, why do they only reach out when it's convenient for them? Why does their concern vanish the moment their needs are met? Why does their presence in your life feel conditional, like a transaction, rather than a genuine connection? Real care is not something that comes and goes based on personal benefit. It is not something that disappears when you stop being useful. It does not exist only in moments of convenience. True care is consistent. It is reciprocal. It is not measured by what someone can gain, but by the sincerity of their actions. Manipulators thrive on emotional debt. They make you feel as though you owe them something. They remind you of the times they were there for you, not because they genuinely wanted to be, but because they want leverage over you. They use guilt as a weapon, making you feel ungrateful if you ask for more, if you expect them to show up in the same way you do for them. And so, you shrink your expectations. You tell yourself that maybe this is just how they express care, that maybe you are asking for too much. But here is the truth. When someone cares about you, you will never have to question it. Their actions will show it, not just when they need something from you, but when you have nothing to offer. When you are at your lowest, when you are struggling, when you are exhausted, that is when real relationships reveal themselves. So, pay attention. Do not be blinded by the occasional displays of affection or the empty words that mean nothing without action. Look at the patterns. Look at how they treat you when there is nothing for them to gain. Because the ones who truly care will be there not just in moments of convenience, but in moments of truth. Silent disrespect is often louder than words. It does not come in the form of direct insults or outright rejection, but in the little ways someone dismisses your presence, your feelings, your worth. It is in the conversations where your voice is ignored. It is in the moments when your struggles are downplayed, your emotions are invalidated, and your efforts go unrecognized. The danger of silent disrespect is that it doesn't shock you immediately. It wears you down over time, making you question yourself rather than the person treating you this way. There are people who will never openly mistreat you, yet their actions, or lack thereof, reveal the truth. They might not call you names, but they will talk over you, making it clear that your words hold no value to them. They might not openly criticize you, but they will dismiss your achievements, making you feel as though nothing you do is ever enough. They might not tell you they don't care, but their absence when you need them the most will tell you everything you need to know. Disrespect doesn't always come in the form of cruelty. Sometimes it comes as indifference. When someone does not bother to check in on you, when they do not listen when you speak, when they consistently forget the things that matter to you, these are all signs that they do not truly value you. And yet, we often make excuses for this behavior. We convince ourselves that they are just busy, that they don't mean any harm, that we are overreacting. But ask yourself this: if someone constantly disregards your feelings, minimizes your pain, and treats you as an afterthought, what does that say about their true level of care? Respect is not just about how someone speaks to you. It is about how they treat you in the quiet moments. It is about whether they acknowledge your presence, your emotions, your contributions. It is about whether they make space for you in their life or simply expect you to exist on the sidelines. When someone genuinely cares, they listen when you speak. They value your thoughts. They make an effort to show up, even in small ways. They do not make you feel invisible. You deserve to be surrounded by people who recognize your worth, not those who take your presence for granted. The longer you tolerate silent disrespect, the more it erodes your self-worth. You start to believe that your thoughts don't matter, that your feelings are too much, that expecting basic kindness is asking for too much. But it isn't. You are not difficult for wanting to be heard. You are not unreasonable for expecting consideration. So, pay attention, not just to the words people say, but to the way they treat you when there is no crowd to impress, no gain to be made. Because the truth is, people who care will never make you feel unseen, and those who truly value you will never make you doubt your worth. Excuses over effort. This is one of the clearest signs that someone doesn't truly care. Because when a person values you, when they genuinely want to be part of your life, they find a way. They make time. They show up. No matter how busy, how tired, or how complicated life becomes, they make an effort because you matter to them. But when someone consistently fails to show up, when they always have an excuse instead of an action, their true priorities become painfully obvious. At first, excuses can sound reasonable. I've just been really busy. Things have been crazy lately. You know I care, I just have a lot on my plate. And you believe them because you want to. You tell yourself they must care. They're just overwhelmed. But then the pattern continues. Time after time they cancel. They forget, they say they'll call, but they don't. They say they'll be there, but something always gets in the way. And yet somehow they always have time for other things, other people, other priorities. The truth is, people make time for what truly matters to them. If someone consistently has an excuse for why they can't be present, why they can't support you, why they can't follow through on their promises, then their actions are telling you everything you need to know. They may not say it outright, but their behavior makes it clear. You are not a priority. You are an option. A convenience. Someone they keep around until it requires real effort. We often hold on to these kinds of people because we don't want to accept the truth. We cling to their words instead of their actions. We tell ourselves that maybe they will change, maybe they will try harder, maybe they truly do care, but just don't know how to show it. But deep down, we know the truth. When someone cares, they don't give you excuses, they give you effort. Effort isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency. It's about the friend who checks in just because, the partner who listens, even on their busiest days, the colleague who supports you when they have nothing to gain. It's about the little moments that say, I see you, you matter to me. When someone truly values you, you will not have to beg for their presence, you will not have to remind them to care. So, stop making excuses for those who refuse to make an effort for you. Stop lowering your expectations to accommodate someone who does the bare minimum. You deserve people who show up, not just when it's easy, not just when it's convenient, but because they want to. Because you matter to them and they want you to know it. Not through empty words, but through real, unwavering effort. Excuses are easy, effort is a choice, and the people who truly care about you will always choose effort. Guilt is one of the most powerful tools of manipulation, and toxic people know how to use it well. They do not need to raise their voice or demand anything outright. Instead, they plant doubt in your mind, making you feel as though you are always in the wrong, always asking for too much, always failing to meet some unspoken expectation. Over time, they condition you to second-guess yourself, to feel selfish for wanting more, to believe that your needs are a burden. This is not care, this is control. True care does not make you feel guilty. It does not leave you questioning your worth, your decisions, or your right to have boundaries. But a toxic person will twist your emotions in a way that makes you feel like the problem. They will make you believe that their neglect, their lack of effort, their indifference is somehow your fault. If you bring up their absence, they will say you are being needy. If you express frustration, they will say you are too sensitive. If you ask for basic respect, they will act as if you are demanding the impossible. And so you shrink yourself. You stop asking for what you need. You convince yourself that you are being unreasonable, that you should be grateful for the little they give you, that maybe this is just how they show care. But real love, real friendship, real support does not feel like a constant battle to prove your worth. It does not feel like walking on eggshells, afraid that asking for the bare minimum will make you seem ungrateful. Guilt as a weapon is dangerous because it creates a cycle. The more you tolerate, the more they take advantage. The more you allow yourself to feel guilty for wanting better, the more they condition you to accept less. And before you know it, you are stuck in a dynamic where your needs are always secondary, where their comfort matters more than your well-being, where you are constantly trying to keep the peace at the cost of your own happiness. But here is the truth. You are not selfish for wanting to be treated with care and respect. You are not unreasonable for expecting effort from the people in your life. You are not difficult for wanting to be heard, seen, and valued. And you are certainly not wrong for walking away from those who make you feel like a burden. A person who truly cares about you will not use guilt to manipulate you. They will not make you feel small for expressing your needs. They will not twist your words to make you seem demanding or ungrateful. Instead, they will listen. They will respect your feelings. They will make an effort, not because you forced them to, but because they want to. So, pay attention. If someone constantly makes you feel guilty for wanting basic respect, they do not care about you. They care about control. And you deserve far more than that. Support is not seasonal. It is not something that appears only when it is convenient, only when things are going well, or only when someone stands to benefit from being in your life. True support is unwavering. It remains steady through the highs and the lows, through success and struggle, through joy and hardship. But toxic people, they only show up when it suits them. When life is easy, when you have something to offer, when they can stand beside you and share in the light. But when the storms roll in, when you need them the most, they disappear. It is easy to be there for someone when times are good, when everything is smooth, when laughter is effortless, when nothing is being asked of them. That kind of presence requires no effort, no sacrifice, no real commitment. But real relationships, whether friendships, family bonds, or romantic connections, are tested in the difficult moments. When you are struggling, when you are uncertain, when life feels heavy, that is when you see who truly stands beside you. A person who only supports you when it is convenient is not truly supportive at all. They may offer kind words when they have nothing to lose. They may pretend to care when it makes them look good. But when you reach out in your darkest moments, when you need more than just words, where are they? If they are nowhere to be found, if they make excuses, if they disappear the moment they are needed, then their support was never real. It was conditional. This is how toxic people operate. They are present when things are easy, but absent when things are hard. They celebrate your wins but avoid you in your struggles. They love to be part of your success story but want no part in your hardships. And the worst part? They will still expect you to be there for them when they need support. They will demand loyalty, demand presence, demand care, even though they never truly gave it to you. But support is not something that should be transactional. It should not be something you have to beg for, something you have to prove yourself worthy of. True support is consistent. It is there in the quiet moments, in the difficult conversations, in the days when you feel like you have nothing to give. It is given freely, not just when it is easy, not just when it is fun, but because the relationship itself matters. So look around. Who has been there for you, not just in the good times, but in the hard ones? Who has stayed by your side, not because they needed something, but because they care? And who has vanished the moment things became difficult? The people who truly support you will not be seasonal. They will not show up only when it benefits them. They will be there consistently, fully, honestly. And those are the people who deserve your time, your energy, and your trust. Jealousy and competition are not signs of love, care, or friendship. They are indicators of insecurity, of unresolved issues within a person that they project onto you. When someone truly cares about you, they do not see your success as a threat. They do not secretly hope for your failure. They do not undermine your progress just to make themselves feel superior. Instead, they celebrate with you, support you, and push you forward. But toxic people, they compete with you. They resent your growth. They may not say it outright, but their actions reveal everything. At first, it might not be obvious. Maybe they downplay your achievements with backhanded compliments. Oh, anyone could do that. You got lucky. It's not a big deal. Or maybe they constantly try to outdo you. The moment you accomplish something, they shift the conversation to themselves, making sure they are always one step ahead. When you share good news, they seem disinterested, or worse, irritated. And when you struggle, they secretly take satisfaction in it because, to them, your failure makes them feel better about themselves. Real relationships, whether friendships, family bonds, or romantic connections, are not built on rivalry. They are built on mutual support, on lifting each other up, on celebrating each other's victories without comparison. When someone genuinely cares about you, your success feels like their success. They want to see you thrive, not because they have something to gain, but because they love seeing you happy. But a toxic person, they don't truly want you to win. They want you to do well, but never better than them. This kind of behavior can be subtle. It can be disguised as harmless teasing, as playful competition, as just joking, but over time you start to notice the pattern. Every time you shine, they try to dim your light. Every time you move forward, they find a way to make you doubt yourself. Instead of inspiring you, they drain you. Instead of encouraging you, they create tension. And before you know it, you start to downplay your own success just to make them feel comfortable. But here's the truth. Someone else's insecurity is not your responsibility. You should never have to shrink yourself to make another person feel better. You should never have to apologize for your success, for your ambition, for the things you have worked hard for. The right people in your life will never make you feel guilty for achieving great things. They will cheer for you when you win. They will stand by you, not just in your struggles, but in your triumph. So pay attention. If someone constantly makes you feel like you are in competition with them, if they resent your happiness instead of celebrating it, if their support feels conditional on whether they are doing better than you, then they do not truly care. The people who do care will never see you as a rival. They will only see you as someone they want to see succeed.